Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm Dak Shepard. I'm joined by Monica Lily Padman. We are in Gay Paris.
That's right.
Oh my God, what a treat.
It's beautiful. It's rainy. And I don't even have sad here.
Yeah, that is weird.
Well, it's not weird. It's part of the vibe.
If the shopping's good enough, you won't have sad.
That's the cure.
That's the key. So if you are suffering from sad, go shopping. We'd figured it out. You know who doesn't have sad? Elijah Wood.
No, he has happy and he gives me happy.
Yes, of course. He couldn't have sad and have lived in New Zealand for so long because it's a temperate climate.
That's
There's
right.
clouds and whatnot. Elijah Wood, of course, is an actor and a producer. You know him from Lord of the Rings, Green Street, Wilfred, and Sin City. And he has a new movie out right now called No Man of God. No Man of God follows serial killer Ted Bundy as he develops a strange and complicated relationship with FBI agent Bill Hagmaier while detailing his heinous crimes after being sentenced to death by electrocution. Oh, this is perfect for Halloween.
Oh my God.
I got the spirit already.
I want the armchairs to hear the sounds of Paris.
Yeah. Wee wee!
That was Dax.
What else? Merci! With lots of love and
Enchanté.
respect. That's all love and respect. I'm not clowning.
Absolutely. We love it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please enjoy it. Elijah Wood. We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. You know, I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/Dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/Dax. We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Do you guys wear headphones the whole time? Word.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Yeah, it's totally up to
it's
you.
whatever you like to do. Well, you've been interviewed a million times. I don't need to tell you, but I find that I feel 4% smarter
When you can hear your
when
voice
I hear my voice
loudly.
coming through headphones. I really do. I feel like it somehow validates that we should be doing this.
It makes
also-
it like a real job.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It feels real. Feels like what we're doing is real.
That's
Great
right.
point, Monica. Like if we were just chatting, then we'd be like, "What is this? A fucking chat?"
Right.
Put the headphones on. We're like, "Oh, this is an
It's a
industry."
job. Yeah.
Wow, so this is where the magic happens, right in this room.
Yes, in
I
this
love
little
it.
room for like almost going on 4 years, and we're both well, I think all through. I don't know. Wobby Wob, how do you feel about building the new place?
What do you mean?
40 feet that way, I'm building a barn.
Okay.
And then
Dope.
above
I love a
the-
barn. I love a barn.
Me too.
Good move.
It's kind of a dream.
Yeah, same.
Really? Is it because Iowa and Michigan? Why is it?
No, I love them aesthetically.
Yeah.
I love the giant art ceilings, all
Yeah.
of the exposed posts and beams. Like, I love all that.
Me too.
Just from an architectural standpoint. And converting a barn specific, because I love a barn as its function,
Sure.
but I also love a barn in a conversion sense where you can make it something. I love spaces that are meant to be one thing and are converted to something else.
Mixed messages.
Mixed messages.
We love mixed messages.
Monica
here.
and I-
We're all about mixed
I guess
messages.
it's our motto or our life. What do we say?
It's
Our-
a
mixed
mantra in a
we
way.
love mixed messages. So even right now, you're banging mixed messages. So I know you're
Okay.
from Iowa.
Yeah.
And like I look at you and I'm like, one of the least looking Iowa guys I've ever met.
I don't even know what that means.
You mean like he's not wearing corn stalk shirts? And
No,
stuff?
no cowboy hat. No, but you just look, I would say you look Euro
Okay.
in a good way.
That's
like,
cool.
like even in fact, I just learned about you. Is your partner Danish?
Yes.
I was like, Elijah could be Danish. That to
Oh,
me,
I could see that.
I do have Dane way back.
You do?
in European lineage. Danish, and then there's also like English and Irish in there too. But yeah, there's Danish in there.
Right. So you have this wonderful aesthetic. Your eyes are insane,
They are.
obviously, as
They
you
are.
already know. They're your calling card.
Yeah.
But you have these enormous, sharp blue eyes. You look healthy. In your style is a little bit Euro, which I really like.
Thank you.
What
you
are
don't have
they?
like a fucking angel back piece like Ben
I
Affleck
have
or anything.
I have a stick and poke woman on my left shoulder.
See, stick and poke.
Oh.
I have some silly tattoos from a film festival in Austin, Texas called Fantastic Fest, where they give out free tattoos at the closing night party. They've been doing this for about 6 years.
Give out
And so
free
I have,
tattoos.
I literally, I'll show you. They're the
Please
silliest,
do. Oh, this is great.
like not what you go to choose to have, but it's a firecracker.
yeah.
This was
a ship or something? Oh, no, it's a
it's
laser gun.
Yeah, it's a ray gun,
Ray
which was the
gun.
logo of the festival that year. That's a rubber chicken, which was in reference to a Danish movie with Mess Mikkelsen called Men and Chickens that played at the festival that year.
Okay.
And there's a kaiju, and that is in reference to a Nacho Vigalondo movie with a giant monster. This is my stick and poke
Ooh,
lady.
I like her.
Who did that?
Taddy Compton. She's an incredible stick and poke artist based here in LA. She's from the UK. I and my fiance had been following her on Instagram and just
Sure,
like
sure.
loving her work.
Yeah.
And just made an appointment and kind of I gave her a variety of reference images that I sort of wanted, but without like a great deal of specificity because I just wanted her work.
Yeah.
And then she came up with something and then we did a tiny modification on the day and that's what it was.
Okay, so back to me saying like tasteful. I stand by it because you don't
Thank
have like
you.
a big aggro fucking skull
Right,
and some
yeah.
flames.
Yeah, I don't have a sleeve.
You
I
don't have a
yeah,
sleeve?
Sure, sure.
I want a sleeve. Do you want a sleeve?
I want more tattoos.
Yeah, but the acting gets in the way, right?
I don't know. I mean, if you're okay with sitting in makeup a little bit longer.
I'm not. Are you?
Sure.
Well, fuck. Your whole career's been like prosthetic shit and
Yeah.
really, really intense stuff.
Right. So you don't have anything below your sleeve. I see.
Well, let's see. This was the thing I'm talking about. It was fucking tribal, and it was a sun with fire coming out, and it was from
Okay.
a punk band I liked, Soul Side, and it was just too big and not nice.
a lotus tree or no, what
Close,
is that?
a cherry blossom.
Cherry blossom, right?
And so I'm heading in your direction. I'm
Right.
trying to not be
trying to be
tough and angry. I'm
tasteful.
trying to be delicate and tasteful and artistic and
That's cool.
elevated. Yeah. I don't want to be a Philistine with my tattoo.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
look, I think any approach that one takes with body art is fine. It's what means something to you. Tattoos, by their very nature, I think are just meaningful expressions. And the stick and poke didn't have an emotional resonance, but it was
Right.
an artistic one. It was a piece of art that I loved that I would love to have on my body. I have the
Lord of the Rings
Lord of the
deal.
Rings tattoo. That
Yeah.
is elvish for the number 9. That is very specific
Yeah.
to a moment in time,
Yeah.
to a group of people, to a connection to New Zealand and otherwise. So it's whatever means something to you.
I have a question about the film festival tattoos.
Yeah.
So is it a standard tattoo that they give everyone?
So it started, God, I want to say it was pre-pandemic, right? So I have to go back an additional 2 years. So it would have been 7 years ago that they were starting it. And it was just an idea that they had at the closing night party. And I think it was available to everyone at that stage. I think that became untenable.
Sure.
There's so many people. And I think you could like opt in the first year. Then they figured out a way to basically service X amount of people and kind of cap it. Because it was sort of, and then the people that couldn't do it at the closing night party, they were like, you can go to this tattoo artist and get it on your own time.
Rain check.
Got it.
If you want. And then every year there were, I think, 6 designs that you could choose from. So it wasn't a
Okay.
single design.
Okay.
It was a series, and all of them were based on something to do with either the films that played at the festival or the festival itself.
Cool.
And it would change every year.
Okay, so here's where I think we might have some overlap.
Okay. Did you spend time in New Zealand?
I did.
With Seth Green, right?
That's right. Who you remind me a ton of, by
I
the
love
way.
Seth. Seth is such a
he's the
lovely
sweetest.
human being.
He's the best we've got. I don't understand how a person is that benevolent and also successful and
I
driven.
agree.
And, yeah.
He's extremely special.
He
Without
is.
a Paddle, was that the film?
Yes, without
Yes.
a paddle. Yes, good. You're a fan. He's a big fan.
I,
Monica.
He's a
I
huge fan.
remember. I remember when that was happening because I just remember thinking, "Oh God, they're going to have so much fun in New Zealand."
And
because
we
that was
had-
after we had made Rings.
Exactly. And we had a good deal of your crew. So the year before,
right.
like this is a $20 million comedy. And I think like 8 people in the production had won Academy Awards that previous year from your film.
Wow.
Yeah, like the hair and makeup was that, the costume designer, all amazing people. And as you would know way more than me, I think I was down there for 4 months and I just loved it. Like I was bonkers for that place.
Isn't it
and I'm
incredible?
saddened that I haven't found my way back for fun.
Yeah.
That was like 16 years ago. So you were there cumulatively for 2 years maybe?
It was 16 months of principal photography, and
Yeah.
then we went back every year for additional footage. 2 months, 1.5 to 2 months a year for each individual film. So it was over the course of 4 years.
Yes.
Was our time.
Oh, and then here we go. So you guys had the premiere for the third one while we were shooting
Oh wow.
in Wellington.
Yes.
And they flew a fucking Monica. You've heard me tell the story. So I was renting an apartment like in the downtown street.
Oh, you were
There's
based in Wellington.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And there was one kind of downtown street. You all marched down. Let me set
Courtney
this.
Place is where we
Okay,
marched
great.
down.
So I had an apartment on Courtney Place on the top floor. So I'm on my balcony. At that time in New Zealand, there were only 3 million human beings, and 1 million people attended that. Do you remember
Oh
this?
my
There was a
God.
huge
1 million
parade.
people that
Yes, and
attended.
it went all the way. You guys left maybe the Intercontinental and somehow
I think
walked.
you're right. Yeah.
So this was like, there's nothing to compare it to here in the States. Like it was
Yeah.
like Super Bowl times 10. Just 1/3 of the country had come to this thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
On the
Bonkers to
street?
think about. Yeah.
yes.
And like spilling out of buildings and balconies on rooftops. Like it was really
And then all
quite
funneling
surreal.
down this street, and at the end of the street was this huge theater where the
Oh
premiere
my
was. But
gosh.
I'm outside like looking at this spectacle, and it's incredible. And then I hear like, I think like World War II sound. Like I hear a fucking airplane like descending, right? And I turn and I look, and there is a 747. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Whatever the biggest goddamn airplane Qantas Airlines could scratch up. Was it Qantas? No,
I think it was Air New Zealand.
Okay,
Yeah.
Air New Zealand. A 747 fucking buzzed that parade, which I'm sure I'm
What's
exaggerating,
that
but
mean?
Flew much lower
on
than
the
his
fourth floor
typical-
of this apartment building, I thought I could touch the fucking it was incredible.
Did you think it was a terrorist attack?
No, because their faces were on the side of the airplane.
Oh.
And I was thinking those terrorists spent so much time and got a really good muralist because that is fucking phenomenal. So, no, it was clear that this was some kind of participation. But, man,
Wow.
they flew a 747,
Yeah.
I don't know, 400 feet off the ground
Wow.
or something. It was incredible.
Yeah, crazy. Really crazy.
And then, and just to give you a little inside dirt, so Seth and Matt were like, well, Matt in particular, Lillard.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to die if he didn't make it to that premiere on time. And we had to shoot that day, right? So
Oh, no way.
the whole day he was really campaigning for us to get out to
Panicking.
go to anyways, we went to it. But the best
You
part,
did?
yeah, we
Oh.
did. I went to that premiere.
Amazing.
That was a big hoopla for you. I mean, that's sensory overload.
It was a little overwhelming.
Yeah. How do you feel in those situations? That was like a Beatles moment for you.
Kind of. You sort of lean on the people around you.
Right,
Like we
right.
were all experiencing that thing collectively together. And that's about all you can do to process it.
Also, emotionally, it was the last time you guys were going to do that theoretically, right?
There's that too. It was a homecoming, and New Zealand felt like home. So, as big as that spectacle was, it was also that was Courtney Place. It was the NBC Theater. Like that was
Yeah.
home.
Knew it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we
yeah.
know this place. We know these people.
Wait, does anyone hear this story of 1 million people on the street and like panic. Like, I don't think I could ever be around that many people now.
Well, can I tell you
Oh,
though?
that's interesting. Yeah.
When you're in
Post.
Manhattan,
Post.
but when you're in Manhattan during the day, Manhattan swells to like 12 million people, and that's a 9-mile long
But I'm
island.
saying now, like even now in New York, I wonder how I'd feel. Like, oh my God, so many people. It's so crowded. Everyone's sick.
Everyone's dying.
Everyone's sick. Everyone might shoot me. Like, I just like am panicked now around all those people.
I'm not. Are you?
Not really.
Yeah.
I just came from Europe, and in Denmark, they don't have a mask mandate anymore. So
Yeah.
it's almost like it's not happening.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that it is happening, but they don't have a mask mandate. So walking around, it's as if there is no pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on trains and train stations
Yeah.
and surrounded by people. And it was kind of amazing how quickly you do accept that old reality. It's
Right.
muscle memory. Your body just goes, oh, this is how it was.
Normal.
Right. Instead of that panic. But I understand that. I think my body just went to, oh, this is good. I see
Yeah.
faces and I'm,
Yeah.
around other people again.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with you. I was just in Michigan for like 5 days, and guess what? It's not there. They
Well,
don't.
that's
But hold
another.
on. Hold on.
That's a scary
Yeah.
situation.
Well, how's that different than Denmark? I bet it's the same vaccination rate.
I
and-
doubt it. I doubt
Then
it.
Michigan, I doubt that.
well, where I was at in Oakland County, it's a blue bubble.
Okay.
So, but
actually, yeah, Michigan is a little bit more on the blue side.
we've only gone red the first Trump election. Prior to that, it's because it's a union state. So it's been very democratic. But anyways, my takeaway from that was like, I enjoyed it. Just like you're saying. I was like,
Lovely.
oh, fuck, I forgot there was a thing.
Yep.
And I didn't get sick, whatever. I left going like, man, the power of your group is everything. Like the power of socialization, the power of groups. I adapted to that group within 2 days. Like I was aware of it the first day and then it was gone. I just go to a restaurant, never thought about it. Everyone around me, I don't know. I think you get such clues from everyone that are almost inescapable.
You do. And you also take comfort in that group dynamic as long as you trust that that group dynamic is making the right choice.
Sure.
But absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just really overwhelmed with like, oh, wow, I left LA panicked. And then 36 hours later, I've never heard of Corona. And then I came back to LA and then I was back into
Yeah.
Lovely. It's like having a dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where did you spend your quarantine?
Here in Los Angeles.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And you've lived here since 1989, is that?
Yeah. 89.
Great year. Monica's 2 years old at that point.
Dude.
And you're 8 years old.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a bummer that you're already linked up. Anyways,
Yeah.
the age gap is nice.
It's a good gap.
Yeah, 6 years, 7 years. That's
Yeah.
kind of the dream for a man because we're basically 6 years immature.
That's
But
true.
yeah.
That's true. That's very
really
true.
is.
Yeah. Women do mature way faster.
They do.
They do. It takes us a while to catch up.
That's true.
6 years even is a little.
It's on the cusp.
It's a little on the cusp. It's a nice 10-year gap. Also, I'm a little nervous that you're not comfortable.
Do you feel like I'm
Well, I want you however comfortable you are, but I'm nervous that you're not. Yeah,
that?
there we
Yeah,
go.
oh my, fuck me,
get
man.
it.
Rob, get the camera back
Yeah.
out. I observed the same thing, and I thought, this guy is an enigma to me because he wants to sit up straight with no. He's not lazy. Well, this started
know.
before we were recording. Is that
Okay.
you wake up 2 hours early before your call time?
Yes.
And call times are generally quite early.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what time are we talking about waking
So
up?
it's anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours.
So what's the cap? Will you wake up at 4?
I will say, yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. In fact, I was just in Bulgaria working on a film, and I think I had a 5:30 a.m. call, and I think I woke up at like 3:45.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And are you able to go to sleep?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
little baby.
Yeah. Touch and go. It depends.
Yeah.
Depends on how adjusted I am to a certain time zone. And also, yeah, it is not necessarily easy to get to wind yourself down that early. But within 6 to 7 hours, like not a great 8-hour sleep, but you know.
Wow.
I want to observe you really bad. I want to like cohabitate in Airbnb
It's-
with you and watch this happen.
It's a thing that I started, I don't even know when. It's just to retain some degree of control of your day prior to it being someone else's.
Yeah.
And when you go to work, you are on the clock as soon as you get there. And I just would get up early so as to have my own time, make coffee, not be stressed to be late. So that wasn't even a concern. It's just have a shower, make some food, have some coffee. You know, I used to smoke, so I would like smoke a little bit and hang out. It's kind of like preserving from an emotional and mental state, but also physically your time.
I like it a lot. And what I'm realizing when you explain it that way is that I kind of do that in the reverse.
Okay.
So when you go, okay, I'm going to wake up at 3:45, odds are you didn't go to bed at 8. You probably went to bed at 9:30 or something. So you kind of go to yourself, you know what, I'm going to get 7 tonight, or I'm going to get 6.5, but I want that time. I do the thing at night. So I look at the clock, I'm like, you should go to bed right now. And I'm like, I have to have an hour and a half where I just do my thing.
Sit
Yes.
And I'll eat it on that side.
Okay.
All right. So I guess we're not too far astray.
But mornings are hard. I mean, I'm impressed.
I am too.
It also helps with that process too, because if I'm already 2 hours into the day by the time I'm being picked up, I've done that kind of uncomfortable wake up process already.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
True.
on Rings, that was not possible. We were doing 15, 16-hour days. And I, on many occasions, and this had never happened before, and it certainly hasn't happened since, would wake up to the lights of the car outside of my home.
Oh, really?
Like, oh, now it's time to, and I would have like a 2-minute shower and jump in the car. That was brutal.
Okay.
Brutal, but also
Can you
kind
enjoy
of
it?
like,
Because I like getting shot out of a cannon a little bit.
yeah, totally. It became so the norm. We're very adaptable.
Yeah.
And I think you just adapt to whatever that situation is. And if you're getting 6 hours of sleep a night and you're ultimately just waking up just in time to get in the car,
Yeah.
that's just your norm. I would get coffee when I got to Stone Street and like, okay, now I'm going to stand as they put my feet on. You know, you just get used to that process because you're all kind of in it together.
You guys, I know you had like a nice 4-month kind of ramp up to production starting.
Yeah.
Did you know those guys?
I did not.
You did
I knew
not.
no one. I mean, I met Sean Astin in a hotel like a couple months before we started because he was going to get his wig fit as I was finishing my wig fitting. So we like saw each other and embraced, like had never met him, but I like knew who he was, and we like ran up to each other and hugged each other.
Yeah. Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Do you find like Seth, him, the handful of kids who've been acting since they were 6 years old, when you meet them, do you feel like you've got like a shorthand to who they are or some connection that you guys both understand each other?
Oh, that's interesting. From having started as a young actor.
Because I got to say, I think it does something very specific to people.
Maybe,
And
yeah.
it's a positive thing from my point of view, but I don't know how you feel about it.
With Seth, it's different because I knew him at different times of my life because Seth and his family lived at the Oakwood Apartments, I think, when
Yeah,
we
girl.
had first moved to LA.
You live there too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you've seen The Complex, the documentary.
Hollywood Complex.
I haven't actually seen it. Is it good?
It's incredibly well done, but I wonder if it would trigger people who lived there.
It feels like there's so many stories to tell. And my impression was that it didn't get deep enough, but I don't. But I don't know.
Oh, yeah, perhaps.
Because you know Nirvana lived there during Nevermind.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't say that.
That's what I'm saying.
wow.
Like, I feel like there's so many. Jennifer Love Hewitt lived there when I was there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was a very specific story they were telling.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I had always fantasized of the larger
Maybe you should do
milieu.
it.
I don't know. That's for someone else.
You know?
I don't need to tell that story, but it's fascinating to me.
It is incredibly fascinating. So before I saw the documentary,
Mm-hmm.
and again, just to catch everyone up, there's a very famous set of apartment buildings where generally people coming from different states to audition for pilots and whatnot stay.
They're often furnished. You can get them unfurnished, but they're furnished, which makes it easier.
They're furnished. They've got like breakfast and stuff. Like there's a little cafeteria kind of situation.
And there's a convenience store, a little market, couple of
Pools and stuff for
pools. Yeah, oh
kids.
yeah.
So
Has everything you need.
yeah. So
My brother worked at one of the convenience stores.
oh, he did. Oh my goodness.
I'd take beer home and
Oh
you know,
wow. Well,
the
so
whole thing.
I did a movie with Josh Hutcherson when he was 12 years old, and he was, of course, living there. And I would go pick him up to take him to Bob's Big Boys on Friday nights because it's
Amazing.
like car night, right?
Yeah.
And
Into
I
Luca
just know
Lake.
he fucking loved that place. Like I'd pick him up, and he would just be finishing playing with like 20 kids, and, and he
Yeah.
loved the breakfast there and stuff.
kind of like the Lost Boys or something there, you know? All these transplants from different parts of the US kind of in this fantasy land where your neighbors are like right there. You're all kind of doing the same stuff. It's I mean, I was a little young to have participated in all of that.
Yeah, were you just kind of looking at all these kids going like, wow, kids are huge and
I don't think I had any perspective. We lived in, I think, 3 different units over the course of a year and a half because it's like month to month.
oh, they bounce you around a little bit.
I can't remember why we moved, but we would like move to different units. And I was just young. I was like 8 years old. I certainly didn't have the autonomy to like run around
Right.
with a bunch of kids. I had friends there. There were definitely hangs for sure. But I think for the kids who were older, it was probably a more formative experience. If you were a teenager there
Oh, my
or
God.
adolescent, it would have been insane.
It would have been the dream.
you know, like kind of lawless. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
It makes me think of like when you go to the mall as like a 14-year-old, like everyone was an option.
Sure.
Like you were going to chat. Yeah, so to like basically it's like living at the mall kind of.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Kind of crazy.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
To get back to Seth, I had met Seth at different periods of my life. So when I would see him, I don't know that I identified, oh, he's another person that started quite young. He's also just a very emotionally available person. You get that from Seth as soon as you meet him.
Yes.
So I think that's the way in there. It's like, oh, he's a lovely person. I can see that. That's very clear.
But so Sean, you weren't necessarily.
And Sean's the same. And again, I don't know that I identified he's another actor that started young. 10 years my senior, certainly someone I looked up to.
Yeah.
And had watched as a kid. I mean, Goonies was huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
You got to be floored you're doing a movie with Goonies.
Totally.
Yeah.
Freaking out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've ever had that thing that you're talking about, but I do think that's real. The sort of collective experiences of someone young, not shaping who they are, being able to identify that in someone else. I do think that there is something of that.
I have found that most actors who started really young, at least I know, this is so anecdotal, incredibly well-spoken. Like Mae Whitman, Seth, I've run out of people, but
Drew,
you know, I know
we had
a
Drew
ton.
Barrymore on yesterday.
I think
Oh,
because
lovely.
you are forced to navigate an adult world, it really brushes up your communication skills. I think you get older quicker, and not even in a bad way.
No, I think that's true.
Your peers are adults basically most of your life.
It shapes who you are without question.
Yeah.
You do have to be a professional quite young. I mean, I was a professional working actor at the age of 9.
With lots to do, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, leading roles and stuff.
Responsibilities
Yeah.
and managing school, whilst also being treated like an adult from the people I was working with, which was kind of amazing. And yeah, you learn faster, you grow faster. That's interesting, the observation about the articulation and vocabulary. That could be linked. That makes a lot of sense.
Now, when you did the movie with Macaulay, that's probably the first time I find out who Elijah Wood is. Like,
Okay.
how old are you there?
I was 12?
So I'm 17, 18.
Right.
Yeah, so I see that movie.
Okay.
I want to see.
Yeah.
I'm a Macaulay Culkin fan
Right.
at that point,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want to know because as a little boy, you're virtually doing a movie with like Burt Reynolds in 79,
Yeah.
right?
No, he was huge.
He's
Oh
in
my
like The
God.
Rock. He was the biggest movie star.
Yeah, massive. And certainly for children, there was no
Yeah.
other benchmark. I mean, that was it.
Yeah. So what thoughts did you have going into that? Like you had definitely seen Home Alone and all those things. Were you excited or intimidated?
So
or
excited. But there was also like a weird awareness of his family. Like I remember that
Okay.
being something that already at that time,
Oh, it was in the news that his
or
family.
just that there was sort of rumblings that there was discomfort there.
Yeah.
That was it's a curious thing to be aware of that as a kid. So I was sort of weirdly aware of that on some level.
And did that make you feel compassion for him?
Yeah.
Or,
Totally.
yeah.
Totally. But at the same time, it wasn't a part of our experience. We had the best time.
You did.
Like he was professional and lovely and fun, and we had fun as kids working together. Like
Yeah.
that was an unhindered experience in that regard. I think excitement about working with someone who had this sort of huge profile as a
$1
kid.
billion
And,
run.
and I was a huge fan of Home Alone.
Yeah.
And also, I think the intellectualizing the slightly controversial move of him playing this villain was really fun. Like, I kind of remember thinking that's really smart.
Yeah.
This kid who is so lovable and indelible with this certain kind of
Mixed messages.
reputation, exactly. To play on that and to fuck with people's perception was, I remember thinking that's rad.
I agree with you. Like, I went into that movie going, well, this kid's got to be the hero. He's America's hero.
He's terrifying in the
He
movie.
absolutely is. Have you seen that movie? The Good Son?
No.
Oh, you got to see it because little Elijah boy.
It's scary.
He basically plays a disturbed child.
Ooh.
And I play his cousin who comes to visit for a sort of winter.
Oh.
And it's this cousin fucking with me the whole movie.
It's a psychological
Ooh.
thriller.
Yeah,
with,
it's like
with
it's like
kids.
the bad seed or
Wow.
that kind of thing.
Cool.
Emotionally and mentally disturbed child.
Yeah.
But here's where the rubber meets the road. You go for Macaulay Culkin, and you come out and you go, who's that other little kid?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I remember literally, I've had this moment a dozen times in my life, maybe less, where like you see Train Spotting and you're like, who is this guy, Ewan McGregor? Holy smokes. And that was Elijah
Yeah.
against Burt Reynolds.
I know.
It was really exciting stuff. I liked it.
I love Mac as Burt Reynolds. That's amazing.
And then, of course, he and Seth are best friends.
Yeah.
And it comes back, all roads lead back to Seth. But again, I always found the fact that those two are really tight to be somewhat anchored in the fact that they were child actors.
Yeah, a point of reference and understanding of each other. I think also a certain type of growth as well, you know? I think
Yes.
that might have more to do with it rather than the sort of we have a reference point that we can be familiar with or is common ground. I think that thing of it's shaped who we are and we can relate to each other in that level maybe has more to do with it.
Let me put it this way. In the 20th century, there were more children that grew up in work camps than grew up on movie sets.
Right.
I mean, you're in a tiniest little pool of people
It's
who have
tiny.
shared this very bizarre experience.
Sure.
I don't need to call it bizarre, unique.
Unique. Yeah.
Yes, unique. So I guess I just feel like, yeah, if you had been in a work camp and you met another kid that had been in a work camp, you'd just kind of be like, oh, yeah, I know. Oh, you do this thing.
That's true.
Like if you would go hang with normal kids and you're talking about movie shit, they're kind of like, they don't know what the hell you're talking about.
But I definitely feel, for me personally, I have also compartmentalized my work and my life
Sure.
so as I'm actually not interested in talking shop
Okay, good.
and never really have been,
Great.
which isn't to say that I don't want to hang out with other actors or enjoy shared experiences because that is a part of all of our collective life experience, right?
Yeah.
But I think maybe why I'm not connecting to that notion as much is just simply because I like to hang out with a lot of people outside of the industry or people who don't necessarily do what I do because
Sure.
I find that interesting and fascinating. So,
And by the way, I have no fantasy where you guys are sitting around talking about acting.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But I have
No,
a
no, of
fantasy
course.
you're like the fucking animal wrangler was drunk and he let the
Totally.
goat loose and, you know, that kind of shit.
Totally. But I get a lot of that too. Even like New Zealand, for instance, is a huge reference point for me. So knowing that you had an experience there, I could talk to you for hours about New Zealand.
Same.
You know what I mean?
And I
So
don't
it's the
feel
same
that
sort
way
of
about any other place other than Austin, Texas.
thing. Same. Austin too.
So I could just talk
Do you-
about Austin
so do you
forever.
have a connection to Austin?
So I did Idiocracy in Austin.
Oh my God, you were in that movie.
In fact,
God.
you were there at the exact same time. You were doing Sin City.
Okay.
We were all at the Four Seasons, or at least, I don't know if I saw you, but I saw during that time, Robert Downey was like 2 doors down
Right.
from me. Keanu was like 4 doors down from me.
Crazy.
Jessica Alba was hanging out with a bunch because she was there.
Yeah.
Everyone was there. There was a Linklater movie going on and a Rodriguez movie going on, yours, and then there was Judge's movie going
My
on.
God, what a fruitful time for the film industry in Austin.
The Four Seasons lobby looked like the holding area to go into the Oscars.
Was it like the Sutton Place in Vancouver? Have you ever been to the Sutton
I
Place?
haven't, but I've heard great
Okay.
stories.
It's like that common space where like a million productions are happening at the same
The
time.
Sutton Place is the Oakwood for adults in Canada.
It is. In Vancouver, it certainly is.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do wish, because I know other actors that were stationed there in their 20s on movies
Stationed.
or on
It is-
shows.
It sounds like a tour of duty.
It was.
It kind of is.
Yeah, and there's so much bed
amazing.
hopping going on between all the
Oh,
actors on these different
wow.
TV shows, which I absolutely love because it's kind of what you hope would happen. You put a bunch of young, beautiful
It's the
people in a
stories
hotel.
you want to hear, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's like a reality show. Like, stick them all in this hotel and see what happens.
what happens. Yeah, yeah.
and there's an explosion of a fervor of sexual tension and activity. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I'm sad I never stayed there.
But Austin, Texas, sorry.
Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
What is happening down there? People get so mad when we talk about it on the show, too, because they're like, enough fucking people live here. Stop talking about how great it is. But for me, it's the lakes, the barbecue,
Yep.
the liberal hillbillies,
Yep.
grass growing out of the sidewalks,
Yep.
manhole covers, each unique and stamped in a different time period. I mean,
Yep.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, the pools.
In fact, when you and I were both working there in 2004, I guess
Mm-hmm.
it would have been, I was looking at houses that were for sale in Lake Austin.
That would have been a good time to buy.
Oh, baby. You could get a house on 2 acres, like a 5,000 square foot house on 2 acres for $750.
Fuck yeah, you could.
And I was like,
Not
is
no
this,
mo.
is this my move? Like, I'm in an apartment in LA, 1-bedroom apartment. Should I just go all in on Austin? And fuck, I wish I had done that. There isn't a house on that lake under $4 million now.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a city that really reveals itself to you very quickly. Some cities are elusive, I find. I find LA to
Oh,
be
yeah.
extremely elusive. It's too spread out. It's really hard to get your head around it if you're not from here. Austin, you land, you get to the city, and you're like, oh, I know what this is. I get a feel for this. I get a sense of the people. It feels like a small town, but it has everything I wanted of a big city. It has a huge amount of self-expression and an identity true unto itself.
Yeah.
Which is so special and unique.
Yeah.
The food is sick.
The
So it's just
music.
like, it's instant. Every year I would visit and I'm like, what the fuck? Why don't I live here? I did live there for a while.
you
I had
did?
a place for 5 or 6 years.
No kidding?
Yeah, just south of the river. So South First and Mary Street was kind of around where I was. Bolden Creek. Barton Springs was literally a 4-minute drive from me.
Oh, wonderful.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
We are supported by Walden University. You know that feeling when you've been thinking about making a move, going after the degree, the promotion, the thing you keep telling yourself you'll get to someday? Walden University is built for that moment. For over 50 years, Walden has helped working professionals get the W, the knowledge, the skills, and the confidence to create real change in their careers and communities. Their programs are designed around your life, not the other way around. With Tempo Learning available in select programs, there are no rigid schedules or set weekly deadlines. You move at your own pace. And Walden's faculty aren't just academics. They're practitioners who bring real-world experience into everything they teach. From your first class to career coaching and beyond, Walden is your partner the whole way. Take the first step and learn at a pace that works for you. Visit waldenu.edu. Walden University. Set a course for change. Certified to operate by Chev. This episode is brought to you by the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. From the world and creators of The Big Bang Theory comes a new comedy series. Stuart Bloom, comic book store owner and lovable underdog, accidentally breaks a device built by Sheldon and Leonard and kicks off a full-blown multiverse Armageddon. Now, he's on a mission to put reality back together alongside his girlfriend Denise, a geologist named Bert, and physicist Barry Kripke. Along the way, they're running into alternate universe versions of characters you already know and love. Check out the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, now streaming exclusively on HBO Max with new episodes Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Subscription required. This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place.
Let's talk bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, but it does not have to be that way.
With SoFi high yield checking and savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit.
No account or overdraft fees, which feels rare these days. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, perfect for getting ahead of a bill or grabbing what you need right when you need it.
Plus, get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi checking and savings at SoFi.com/armchair. SoFi checking and savings is offered through SoFi Bank N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. This episode is brought to you by ServiceNow. Look, I have my dream job. I get to talk to folks I admire like crazy and ask them virtually any question that I want to. I can't imagine a better way to spend my time. But even dream jobs have some not so dreamy parts, the stuff that gets in the way of the actual work. Now, that's where ServiceNow's AI specialists come in. They don't just tell you what you should do about your busy work. They actually do it, start to finish. Cases closed, requests handled, no extra work for you. So you and your team can focus on what matters most, which for me is, are they obsessed with male bodies on the same level as I am?
They never are.
To learn how to put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com. I have an interesting question. Wait, I shouldn't congratulate myself on the question. I have a question.
I'm going to quantify what kind of question this is.
The reason I refer to it as interesting is it's shocking to me. I had
think you
never
can say that.
thought of this question before. So this is a novel question.
Cool.
You're interested to hear the answer to this question.
Big
get it.
time, big time.
That's what we're
Because
saying.
here's what I'm wondering.
I'm going to cut that out anyway. Don't worry.
Yeah, just cut the whole fucking thing. What do we got, about 2
That
usable
Austin,
minutes
that
right
Austin
now?
part's completely gone. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Soup to
I'm
nuts.
kidding.
Soup to nuts, Austin's gone. So here's my question that I can't believe I've never thought to ask a child actor is, so much of your youth is kind of defining your identity. And when you have such a clear-cut identity from like 8 years old. Like, I'm an actor. I act. That's what I do. I'm interested in movies. What happens then at like 18?
It's a great question.
Oh my God.
And I
Very
think
interesting question.
it is a very
Oh my God,
interesting
so interesting.
question.
Let's just
Look,
leave it as a
I
question.
think what you're getting at is at the core of, I think, some of the difficulty that people have navigating life from being a child actor to being an adult actor and just being an actor young, period,
Mhm.
is that sense of identity.
Yeah.
Because I often get asked, how did I make it unscathed? How are you 40 now? I can attribute to a few things, but one of them that always comes back in my mind is identity. And from a very young age, for me personally, my mom was really far more concerned with raising me as a good human and especially being very humble. She didn't want me to accept special treatment, to sort of have any elevated sense of self.
Can I pause you for half a second so
Yeah.
people understand? Because this is relevant.
Yeah.
Often a child is the most important part of this 200-person endeavor. And unless a child is dumb, a child realizes that at some point. Because I watched it. I've worked with kids.
Yeah.
They can't help but notice, like, oh, wow, all these people are here facilitating. Like, they're going to like that. And they built this. And the prop guy brought this and blah, blah, blah. And then now, that was all for me to say this. There's a reality to their importance
That's
there.
interesting. Yeah.
That's undeniable.
Sure.
And unless you're a dumbass, you're going to notice that.
Sure.
And then so you really need some guidance at that point. Like when you recognize I'm the most important part of this whole thing,
Sure.
and not even in an arrogant way, in a reality way.
Sure.
That's a dicey thing to juggle as a kid.
It is. It totally is.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, quite easy for your sense of self and your identity to be overly attached to what other people are saying you are.
Sure.
How you fit into the greater universe in terms of your public persona. All of those influence or can define your sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
For me, again, I had a mother who was so concerned with me keeping a level head on my shoulders, being really humble, not accepting special treatment. So it's all these things incrementally that sort of created, I think, a worldview and perspective that grew and I grew into as I got older. But there was a strong sense of reality and compartmentalizing the work I was doing as an actor and the life that I had on the side of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that defined me as much as what I was doing.
Sure.
And of course, that grows. Your sense of self continues to evolve. I certainly didn't have a fully formed sense of self at the age of 8 or 9.
Yeah.
That's an evolution. And it was defined by a lot of things. It was defined by travel and work and being exposed to different kinds of people and different jobs. Like, I had a very unique child experience in childhood in comparison to what one would call normal. But it was normal to me.
Of course.
You know.
It's the only one you knew.
Yeah.
I think even a more specific question I could have asked was, so much of one's life is dedicated to figure out what they're going to do to support themselves.
The future.
Like as a career, right? So that's such a big chunk of your thoughts, what you're exploring as you leave high school and all this stuff, or you go to college or you get out of college. So that is an interesting dynamic. That the decision you're going to make at 18, I'd imagine, is like, it's not career oriented. Certainly you're going to try to pick good movies and stuff, but that you've already established that. You've been doing that for 10 years.
Yeah.
That is your livelihood. So that's off the table. So now it's really just like, who am I going to be in life? What do I want to explore and see? Am I into music? Am I into this? Like, that's really all that's out there that you need to decide at that point.
That's so interesting. Yeah.
And that's kind of unique.
It is unique. It distills all those things down to self-definition, not by career and having the stress of figuring out what that career is going to be. It's
Yeah.
true. There's still certainly stresses with that because there's ebbs and flows to one's individual career.
Like, did
even if
you-
you've established that 10 years or
Oh.
20 years prior or whatever.
It's a brutal fucking business. You know, you can
Yeah,
be
sure.
Burt Reynolds in 88.
You
and,
could
you
be
know.
Macaulay Culkin, Burt Reynolds.
That's right. That's right. Either or. Did you have any fantasies of like, by the way, I would find this so tempting because of my insecurity. So if I had your exact trajectory, I think around 18, I'd be going, they think I'm dumb. Like they think actors are dumb. I'm going to go to Harvard. Like I could have seen myself wanting to prove I was something else. I'm going to really shock these motherfuckers. I'm going to be a doctor.
I didn't, but I definitely, at a certain stage when I was in high school, had aspirations to go to university.
Okay.
My fantasy was to get into Columbia somehow and live in New York and have that experience and major in English and just have a full collegiate experience in the city. And that just fascinated me. And I loved New York and loved New York. And that didn't happen. I actually did not graduate from high school.
Okay, good for you. I like that.
I was in homeschool pretty young because school, like public schools, weren't super psyched about the fact that I was traveling a lot. So I ended up doing a correspondence with a school based out of Ojai that was sort of doing that online schooling kind of in its
Oh
infancy.
my God, at the very beginning. Huh?
Yeah. So I did that and I was traveling and working and I had finished, I think, my junior year. I had already completed all of my math requirements. Like I'd completed a lot of the essentials.
The course.
And my teacher was kind of like, you could sort of make your own curriculum for the senior year. And I just kind of let it go.
Okay, sure.
And it even got to the point, I mean, bless her, she was so lovely. She was like, how about this? Let's just write a paper
Once a week.
comparing your experience in Lord of the Rings, making it to the books, and like let that be your giant last thing,
Your
and then
thesis.
I'll graduate you. And I didn't do it.
Oh,
'Cause I got
that's
too
great.
overwhelmed in New Zealand working.
And it's just the title. That's all that's left is like a diploma. And so I guess it's like, it's evolved to be like, I don't need that.
There were certainly periods of time where I regretted it and wished that I'd gotten a GED just to sort of say, like, I did it. I get the sort of credit.
You're not missing
but
anything.
Yeah.
that's what I ultimately
Yeah.
recognized was that I was getting so much out of life, and I was fortunate enough to have a life that afforded me the opportunity to travel and have these experiences that were continually educational and
Sure.
fulfilling, that I thought, I'm not really missing out
Yeah.
on anything.
I couldn't agree more. You be in a social studies class learning about New Zealand or be in New Zealand.
Be in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you when you got that?
I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kristen and I were watching an interview with you. I think maybe like a GQ interview you did or something. You were talking about what you had done to get that role.
Yeah.
Self-taping wasn't really a thing. He had to go read the script at the casting director's office.
That would have been the ask. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you went and shot your audition, like actually shot it in locations in Griffith Park and stuff.
Yep.
And then went and dropped off this tape, converted to VHS, down converted from 3/4 probably to 1/2 inch. Dropped it out.
VHS. That's crazy.
I know you. I remember you giggled when you said VHS. I liked it. Anyways, Kristen goes,
What's that gum?
oh, it's nicotine lozenges. Do you want one?
No, I'm okay. Former smoker.
16 years ago I quit, yeah.
16
Yeah.
years.
But I love nicotine. I'm never ever going to be off of it.
Really?
Oh, you were a smoker?
Yeah.
You've never done
20,
any...
20 years I was a smoker.
20 years. Good
Yeah,
on you.
and
And your
I'll be
skin is beautiful.
3 years non-smoking come Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you never have tried
Sorry, I
any
didn't
kind
mean
of
to divert the
nicotine,
conversation.
No.
nicotine supplements?
Never did. I went to a hypnotist. The first one was not successful. Like
Right.
I got home, felt very vulnerable.
Uh-huh.
That, talking about identity, that was a
Yes.
huge part of my identity.
Couldn't agree more.
And to not have that anymore, that was really jarring.
Yeah.
And I cried and it was very hard for me. And then I texted the hypnotist and I said, I think I might need another session. Like, I don't know if this is really working. She's
Right.
like,
I'm smoking
"You're-
and crying.
You're coming back on Monday. And I like fished cigarettes out of the bin that had been thrown away. And ultimately, like, I fell off the wagon, but I was like, fuck it. I'll just smoke through the weekend.
Yeah.
And then I went to that session and I haven't had a cigarette since.
You're kidding.
No.
Okay, really quick. How often would you go to 7-Eleven and buy a pack of cigarettes and pull one out and light it and then throw the pack in the trash can? You never did that?
Never did it. We had some herbal cigarettes around the house.
Okay.
Brown Bear Herbs.
The
like
kind
is
you smoke in a
company.
movie?
Yeah, or there's like these companies that almost have like a wellness aspect of it.
Oh, okay.
Which seems a
Yeah.
little dubious. I don't know how
Sure.
healthy any of that is. I
Putting
don't know that
tons
herbs is
burnt
it's still
herbs in your
smoke
lungs.
in your
Yeah.
lungs.
Yeah.
But we had some of those because we would sort of smoke those occasionally, and so I had like 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
just to have that sort of smoke oral experience. But it wasn't the same because there's no nicotine.
Yeah.
And that was it. I never
And that was it?
never went and bought like
And do you feel like there are any skills you had that are now diminished?
no.
Okay.
There are patterns that I don't have anymore. There are rituals. As a smoker, you can relate.
Talk about that morning thing, man.
Yeah, that was a
Ooh.
huge part of it. And not to have it. So that first year of quitting, was getting used to all of the things that I was used to having a cigarette associated with, not having a cigarette there anymore. So like the first international flight, the first cocktail out, like all these little minor moments that had all been defined or had been in conjunction with smoking, suddenly not anymore. It's a journey.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
It's a journey.
So I quit straight up initially, and
Amazing.
then I had sold a pitch, and it was getting time to write this fucking script. And I sat down, and I've never once in my life had writer's block. I'm not someone who has writer's block.
Oh, wow.
And I literally was just staring at my computer for like, I don't know, 2 hours.
Interesting.
And I go, I don't think I can write without nicotine. And so I said, I'm going to have to smoke. Like, I got to write this script. I guess I'll quit when I'm done.
Yeah.
Went to the store to get cigarettes and then just thought, you know what? Fucking try those lozenges. At least get the lozenges, come back, see if it works. And if not, go get a pack of cigarettes. And I did that. And then I've been on lozenges for whatever, 16
And it worked.
years. Yeah, I sat down. I was like,
It unlocked.
oh, yeah, big time, big time.
Incredible.
I mean, whether that's psychosomatic, I mean, obviously it does have actual effects on your
does.
brain. Yeah.
Sure.
So, but I couldn't write without it. So I was wondering if there's anything that you like don't do period anymore because of it.
No.
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 Just loiter at coffee shops. You don't do anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. It's funny because it removes you from because oftentimes as a smoker, you're told it's an antisocial drug. And I'm like, no, it's so social. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? I am literally smoking with other people. It's social for smokers.
Yeah.
So what I found kind of freeing, one of the liberating aspects of it was I could now engage in conversations that I kept taking myself out of.
Right. That's so
Because
true.
you would have that sort of like a tapping on your shoulder all the time, every 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes.
yeah. Go outside.
And you'd go outside and I would remove myself from a conversation every time.
Yeah.
And now I found, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to go
Yeah.
outside for anything.
Well,
Yeah.
quite often you'll be like, if New York or something, and you're looking outside and it's fucking 10 degrees out there and people are just choking back darts. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God I don't do that.
great.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
It's great.
torturous.
I still envy it. I still walk
Certain
around
ones.
people.
To
that
me, if it
smoke.
rains, those are the only days where I'm like, fucking hey. I want to drive around in a car with the window cracked.
Cozy. So cozy.
Oh my God, the coziest.
Yeah, really cozy.
Let's go grab a pack
No.
of fucking Camel Lights and see what's happening. They don't even have my brand anymore, I don't think.
What was your brand?
Camel Light.
Oh, it was Camel.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
How about you?
Ultimately landed on
Don't say
American
American
Spirit,
Spirit, yeah.
orange, the sort of ultralights.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Don't say American Spirit. I mean, if you're going to smoke I don't know.
What's
that's-
wrong with
that-
it?
that is
less
the angle.
tar and chemicals.
There's less chemicals in
Oh.
it. But people always, they would smoke that and they would be very proud that it has less chemicals. And I'd be like, you're fucking smoking,
still
man. Get some
smoking.
Camels.
Still
and-
smoking.
So get the full flavor, get a Camel Light and fucking bang it. What are we
Amazing.
talking about?
Amazing.
It's like half having sex or something. Just fucking go for it.
It was a flavor thing for me, too.
You did like that flavor. I just
I prefer
didn't
the
like
flavor.
those American Spirits.
I get it.
Yeah. They burnt weird too. They burnt slow.
That means you're
Slow.
outside, like, enjoying that shit.
That's true. That's true.
It wasn't quick. Your smoke break was long because I got to finish this.
That's true. But sometimes I fucking light up too. That won't stop me.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
2 to your 1.
How many were you smoking a day?
A pack a day
Sure.
on average.
That's where you should be. That's kind of the sweet spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you'd read stories, like I think watching Hearts of Darkness, which I made Monica watch.
Oh, it's incredible.
So good.
What a doc.
Oh, my God.
It's all-
Fascinating
in a
story.
weird way, it's better than the movie. But the movie's great. But that doc is everything.
Well, the story of making sometimes is better than the thing that it yields.
Especially that
For
one.
sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, you had Martin Sheen reportedly smoking 4 packs a day. And when you do the math, you're basically like, you're lit. The whole day, you're
Can't
just
even imagine
fucking
that.
lit.
Because on like a day of getting close to 2 packs, I was done and feeling it the next
Yeah.
day, you know?
Well, right. If you get hammered, I would put back a pack and a half from like 9
Sure.
o'clock till 2 in the morning.
Oh.
And I wake up in the morning and be like, I mean, just
worst.
terrible.
He had a heart attack.
He did.
He had a heart attack in his 40s.
He did
On the movie.
on the film,
On
and
the
the
movie.
person in the doc, the person who's on the phone reporting that the heart attack had taken place to Coppola is one of our producers on Lord of the Rings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, one of our producers on Rings was working on Apocalypse Now, and I can't remember to what capacity. Like, if he was someone's assistant, he wasn't a
was a
producer yet.
PA.
Right. He was the guy reporting when heart attacks happened on set.
And he called him, and I feel like the response was like, he dies when I tell him to die or something. Like, it was a crazy response.
He had lost
You know,
perspective.
oh, everybody had.
I
Yeah.
think maybe my favorite part of that documentary is like it's just chaos, right? So they're in the Philippines. There's a fucking typhoon. They've like working with the military, but the military's also got some military operations in the middle of the shots. They're
my God.
performing.
Oh my
It's
God,
just chaos. The fucking lead actor's had a heart attack. You got a 15-year-old Lawrence.
Oh, Fishburne. Yeah.
Fishburne.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You got
Was
like
he
a
15?
15-year-old kid down there like smoking hashish and going to prostitutes. I mean, it's a circus.
Yeah.
The movie gets shut down because of this typhoon. Cut to, they're in Napa Valley. It's like a Fitzgerald party. Like everyone's dressed to the gills. They're at Coppola's winery. And you're like, they just left that jungle. Now they're here in this like kind of crazy Fitzgerald party.
It's kind of like in the Redux when they go to the French villa and they have that wine and cheese and it's that surreal, like they've left the jungle and the nightmare and they're in this like
Little
unrealistic oasis.
Yes, that's what it felt like. Like they're all panicked. Everything's in a shit shambles. It's ruined.
My God.
And they have this beautiful outdoor party and everyone's happy as hell.
I love it.
Regroup. Okay, so I was wondering.
Yes, I waylaid us with the cigarette thing.
No,
I was
you
just-
didn't.
I was just
Oh,
curious.
no, that
You didn't. No, you didn't. The number one question people have is like, what is Elijah's smoking routine? And now we know. Now we know. Okay, so here's what it appeared happened from my perspective. You did Lord of the Rings. And then I feel like I noticed you're like, you know what? That's a lot. I'm going to go do independent stuff. I'm going to do small stuff. And I was wondering, at least on paper, that's what happened. You kind of redirected into some more smaller movies with artistic directors and whatnot.
Sure.
Was that decision driven by anything in particular?
Kind of. I think at the onset, when Rings was first coming out, and certainly once the first movie had come out and was as successful as it was, I think to combat whatever potential typecasting that could occur, it's all in theory at that stage.
Sure.
I thought, well, as long as I continue working on things that are really different, and I think my impulse was, yes, let's do something super tiny.
Yeah.
Just both in contrast to the experience I just had in a way. Like I remember it was a movie called Ash Wednesday, the very first thing I did.
Is that an Irish movie?
It was Ed Burns, filmmaker, writer, actor,
Yes.
incredible. He had this film that was like partially scripted, but it was also, there was an improvisational element to it, I think, as well, if I remember correctly. Yes, another Irish-American story. And it was a tiny commitment. Like, I think the bulk of my work was in a week and a half.
Oh my gosh.
It was a tiny, tiny thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, incredible. Like, there's not going to be a long makeup process. I'm in and out. It's in New York. I get to work with this director and writer who I really admire, and just on this like barest of bare bones productions. And that was thrilling to me because it was such a contrast. Because I was also, I think, physically and emotionally and psychically exhausted by 16 months of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It was the greatest experience of my life, but it was also like, whew, coming out of that was exhausting.
Yeah.
So it was initially like, yeah, I want to work on something tiny, something very different. And then it was just, I knew that as long as I continued to work on things that were different, I was going to avoid this sort of, or at least hopefully avoid that over association with Rings.
Mm-hmm.
So then it just became wanting to work on things that I cared about and found
It
interesting.
wasn't a
and-
response to that level of fame.
Not really.
It wasn't.
No, it was more just wanting to continue to work and to keep working on things that were quite different
Mm-hmm.
as a means of just challenging myself, but also keeping my career going so that I wasn't just sort of doing the one thing, I guess.
Right.
But no, it wasn't really a size thing. Because I think had something come along
Mm-hmm.
that was on a studio level or was on a larger scale, I would have been open to that. I don't think that I was eschewing studio films to just simply take an independent path.
Okay. Right.
Although it clearly looks
But
that
you did
way,
have
I
the
get it.
goal of maintaining your career.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you end up in, God, I don't want to say, it's not my favorite movie, but it is the only movie that makes me cry, which is Eternal Sunshine.
Oh, I love that film.
What a fucking
Such a-
movie.
Oh, I love
Special
that film
movie.
so much.
And in fact, I think that's where I came up with that opinion. I think I saw you there. I was like, oh, this guy was just the lead of the biggest movie ever made. And now he's in this movie. This is fantastic. I wonder why.
Right. Well, for me, like I'll never forget speaking to my then agent on the phone. She called and she said, I have a script here that's a Charlie Kaufman script that Michelle Gondry is going to direct. And I remember the impulse was to like pull over.
Uh-huh.
I was like, what the fuck? I feel like I don't even need to read it. Let me I'll do anything for them.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that is a perfect reflection of where my head was, which is just, I'm moved by exciting artists. And Kaufman, I'd seen everything he'd done at that stage.
Yeah.
Loved his
Most
writing.
exciting writer in that
Incredible.
time period.
Still, I think, one of the greatest screenwriters of all time.
Yeah.
Certainly from a perspective of having a voice that is uniquely, entirely his own. And then Michel Gondry from music videos, and they had made a movie before together, and I'd seen that.
What one was that?
Human Nature.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Patricia Arquette's in
Yes.
that? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
super fun and
Yeah,
weird.
big time weird.
And so just like, that was such a galvanizing moment of like, I just want to work on weird art with people that I think are incredible and that I admire. And that's such a good example of that.
Yeah, so what was the vibe on a Michel Gondry movie? I bumped into him
Fun
one time.
and-
I was with Will Arnett. He's French.
Yeah, he's fine.
And he came up to Will Arnett and he was like, oh my God, let's go to prison. This movie is the greatest movie ever. This terrible, well, it's not terrible, but whatever, tiny movie Will and I made for $2 million about us being in prison. And either he is the best actor in the world or by God, he really loved that fucking movie. And Will and I
he really
walked
loved
away going like, how could that be the thing he loves? Let's go to prison. Anyways,
I love that.
but yeah, he just seems like a very whimsical, playful, fun.
Is. And it was times feeling unsettled. I remember the first week not knowing when he was rolling was pretty common.
Sure.
Wow.
So you sort of were like a little unsteady on your feet in a kind of wonderful way if you
Yeah.
like accepted that. And he would just play with stuff. Like I remember scenes he would come up to me and Mark Ruffalo and say, okay, I'm not telling Kirsten this, but you guys are just going to laugh the whole time. So don't say any of your dialogue.
Oh, wow.
She's going to try and keep the scene alive, but you guys just laugh. Let's see what happens. And that would happen all the time, like a lot of deconstructionist stuff.
Yeah.
And really wild, fun ideas, but also his inventiveness. A lot of what you see on screen is in camera. So a lot of the trickery, we didn't have to rely so much on CG. It was a lot of in-camera weirdness and inventive creations. He was really known at that time for having a sort of almost homemade aesthetic.
Yeah,
A lot of his
yeah.
music videos were all homemade. So he carried that with him in the production design. And so you're seeing
There's a
the whimsy of
childlikeness
that and
to it.
the creation of it happen in front of you. And it was just a joy. We were all like,
You're right. That's
enthused to be working with this kind of weird French maestro.
Yeah, the low fineness of it all kind
Yeah.
of really anchored it in childhood.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that
It's a
movie,
beautiful
boy, I
movie.
fucking...
Yeah.
And you
John
know,
Bryan,
oh my God, the score is so
Oh my
good.
God.
And Jim Carrey is so good in the
he's
film.
so fucking good in it.
And
He's so good.
yeah, Kate Winslet, the cast was just
Oh.
insane. And I
Yeah,
think everybody felt,
Ruffalo.
yeah, crazy.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
With the Venture X business card from Capital One, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. Plus, big purchasing power means you can spend more and earn more. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Living your best life means being extra where it counts and skipping the extra where you don't need it. Like in your cleaning products. That's where Seventh Generation comes in. Their bio-based cleaning power delivers a powerful clean with nothing extra in the bottle. Need a dish soap that cuts through the tough grease? A detergent that tackles the worst stains and odors? Seventh Generation handles it all without any dyes or artificial fragrances. Real clean doesn't have to come with a long list of add-ons. Upgrade to a powerful clean without anything extra. Look for Seventh Generation dish soap and laundry detergent wherever you shop for your cleaning products.
Being a serious business owner takes hard work, patience, and a drive to keep moving forward. So it's important to find a serious business card that goes the extra mile. With the Venture X business card from Capital One, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. And with big purchasing power, you can spend more and earn more. This is your sign to take your business to the next level. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I just now remembered because you said music video director. You want to hear one of the most exciting little tidbits about Elijah's career?
Please. Always.
He was in a Paula Abdul video.
Oh.
That's not the headline.
Okay.
Who directed that video,
on.
Elijah?
It was directed by David Fincher.
No.
Paula Abdul video.
Well, he started
amazing
in
is
music
that?
videos and advertising prior to
Yeah.
directing
That
films.
is crazy.
As a lot of people did.
Yeah, he was an incredible music video director.
Was he still was he doing what he does now, which is like 400
No.
takes?
for
No,
a music
I feel
video?
like I would have remembered that as a kid. I don't remember there being a crazy amount of takes.
Wow.
Do you remember him at all?
I don't remember him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't
interesting.
remember. I remember her. I remember the set. I remember a lot of these sort of elements are clear in my memory, but I don't remember him. No.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
I met with him years and years and years and years ago, and we briefly sort of mentioned
Touched
that.
on that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty great.
That
funny.
is great.
What a
So
fun
funny.
thing to share.
I know.
He lives around here
Does he?
in this
He's
neighborhood.
incredible. What a
Oh my God. I couldn't be in one of his things. Mind you, he'd never hire me. But I love watching it.
I
I
love his
know.
films.
And I would have a hard time being a part of something so meticulous because it's just against my nature.
I like that.
Yeah, I could see you liking
I
that.
like it. I think it's funny because I think sometimes I've spoken to actors who have worked on films directed by people with a very heavy hand or a meticulous way of shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And their response was, I didn't have autonomy. I didn't feel like I had my space to do my thing because it was so rigid.
Yeah.
I kind of love that though.
Interesting.
I love space to work, but I also like rigidity if it's in service of something that I think is going to be great. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm inserting myself and my parameters are tight,
Mm-hmm.
I'll work within those parameters. If I can understand where the vision's going and I can see it and that's exciting, fuck yeah. I think that's interesting. It's almost like at its highest level, it's like physical ADR or something.
Yeah, again,
You're
and
like-
I can't
you're
stand
just-
ADR.
I love ADR.
I know, so
Because
does
I like the
Kristen.
technicality of it.
I
think
know.
it's technical, and I get off on the rhythm of it and
precision.
and the precision. I find that
Mhm.
fun,
Are you OCD at all?
minorly.
Minorly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minorly.
Because aesthetically, you're very put together. You're very tight. You're very in shape.
Very
your
Europe.
skin is very clear. The white of your eyes is fucking intimidating.
Oh, Dax is really impressed
I'm
by
obsessed
whites of
with-
eyes.
yeah.
Lights of eyes
It's
specifically.
a thing.
yeah.
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 But maybe you like that because it's something achievable. Like
That's
in
interesting.
this industry, you don't have very much of that. It's like acting is so subjective and like maybe I did a good job, maybe I didn't do a good job, maybe it was real, maybe it
And by the
wasn't
way,
real.
I still go through that
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
all
But
the time.
in like an ADR session, if you do it perfectly, you're like, I did it.
You know.
And you know it.
It matches perfectly.
That's a really good analogy. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. And I do love that feeling of ADR specifically, of like
you want something definitive.
the challenge, knowing what I have to do, working within that and doing it.
Yeah.
So people-
and
if-
definitively knowing that it was successful.
Yeah.
I
It's
should have
fun.
said this right at the beginning. ADR is when
Oh, yeah.
something has gone wrong with the audio on the day you were filming. So they bring you in, they show the scene up on a big screen, and you literally have to match perfectly your mouth moving and re-say the lines, which I have all kinds of objections to. One, I'm not even there with the other actor.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a fucking.
Oh, I
you
mean,
should have
the
had
sun-
me.
yeah,
had
the
me do whole
conditions are
movie.
not.
I could have done the whole movie in a telephone booth. Is that how important?
Do you want to hear
this was?
something fucked up?
Tell me.
Lord of the Rings,
Oh.
every line of dialogue.
Nuh-uh.
Every single word spoken in Lord of the Rings. We shot.
No.
We recorded audio, and our
Why?
our on-set audio was great. Our team was incredible, but we always knew, and I didn't know this during production, but once we started our ADR, it was like, oh fuck, we're doing everything.
Oh.
They shot guide track because of how many elements that were uncontrollable. For
Like
instance,
the wind and water.
wind, water, any SFX elements that were making noise on set, motion controlled cameras made
Oh,
noise,
you're
whining
right.
noise. The iteration of Stone Street Studios at that time was they weren't soundproofed.
Okay.
So it was an old paint factory with tin roofs. So if it rained, that was loud and
That was our
deafening.
spot too, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was just all these outside elements that they knew they didn't have control over, that they were like, we'll just shoot with the best audio we can get. And it was great.
Sure.
But I think for continuity purposes, there may have been scenes that were absolutely salvageable and perfect. But I think
they no
for-
longer would have matched the sound
from
of
a
the,
continuity perspective, they just did everything. But I have to say, it turned into a new artistic process because we were able to look at our performances and kind of go, Okay, that's it.
You almost get a rewrite.
Which was lovely. I kind of loved that. I mean, it's a little masochistic because you're just hour upon hour. Because in addition to the dialogue, you're also just doing all the breaths and the efforts and the, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It had to be weeks of ADR.
For everything?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
But for
You
each
did the
actor, it
movie
was probably
twice.
a number of days for everything, for each film.
I remember I was on the show Parenthood. My character had been estranged from his fiance. They're dealing with this. They share a kid. And then she asks him to marry her at some point. They finally get back together after seasons of keeping us apart. And there's a rain machine. And I literally, my first thought is like, we're going to do this. I'm going to feel this. And we're not going to hear a goddamn thing. And I'm going to go and say all this into a microphone. Like the scene about love and unrequited and finally rejoining, stuff that just happened.
Yeah.
I can't do that on command. I need joy.
Yeah.
I need the whole thing.
That is the challenge.
Yeah.
That is the
You're better
real
than me.
challenge.
That's
It's
what we're-
hard.
No,
that
it
shit's
is.
hard. I
It
don't want to
is.
make light of it. It's when you have to get to an emotional place and recreate an emotional.
It feels bastardized
Because
somehow
so much
to me.
of what you're getting, you're right, is happening in front of you and an energy in the moment on the day.
Yeah.
Because if in that physicality, and that is a very hard thing to recreate.
And to your point, where in yours as well, which is we've all left set going like, I don't know if I gave them what they needed.
Happens all the time.
Happens all the time. I've also left going like, I was great, and then I was average. So my worst scenes are sometimes my best. Blah blah blah.
Sure.
But that scene, I was like, I left.
You were
going,
already resenting it midway. Fuck this.
We were also
it's not
about-
going to matter.
We were also about like 150 feet from that overlook at Universal onto the 101.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like this most important thing. You see like, and the fucking rain machine, and it's so brutal. But anyways, I drove home that day, going like that was a beautiful scene, man. I'm really glad that turned out the way it did, and I felt all the things, and she felt all the things. And then I'm like, and then I got to go.
Did you?
Fake it? Yeah, I had to
you
do,
did.
do
You
the
had
whole
to.
fucking thing. And I was
I'm
such-
surprised you weren't like, I'm not doing
Oh,
it.
I tried
But-
that route. I tried. Yeah, you
I
know
will
me.
say that what you're doing, the expression you're making, the choices you're making physically, that's all preserved.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
getting the nuance of the voice to fit. Right,
Yeah. Yeah.
and match it.
And look, my wife, I watched her do ADR, and it's maddening. I mean, they'll do another.
Is she just a machine?
She's a robot.
Fuck
She's an
yeah.
ADR robot. I mean, she
She's
is
an
a-
acting robot
I
in
love
general.
it.
But
Yeah. I can see that about her.
And she'll literally go, show me once. Dee, dee, dee. And then she does it absolutely perfect. And they're like, I guess we should do a second for safety. But
love it.
every second is for safety. She doesn't ever need a second one.
I love it. It's like a precision drummer that can like actually overdub. You hear that about Dave Grohl. He can actually overdub drums, which is a really hard thing to do. So if you do a drum track, to actually play that again on top of that drum track,
Yeah.
exactly hitting it at the same time.
Yeah.
That's like
Almost
a
impossible.
robotic thing.
Yeah.
It's the
He can do it.
equivalent.
He double tracks his drums.
wow.
It's the
He has.
equivalent of having perfect pitch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
But
you
it's-
play- do you play the drums?
I mess around with drums.
Hey, me too.
I mess around with a lot of instruments. It's
You do.
kind of one of the not great regrets of my life. I don't have a lot of regrets, but one of them is I never took an instrument and stuck with it.
Right.
It's like I played piano when I was young, at various times took lessons, but I got bored with practicing or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I think I just wanted to play was always my thing. I was
Of
impatient.
course. Yeah.
And so I stopped and I never took guitar lessons. So it's like I love music. I have an ear, I think, for it.
Uh-huh.
So I can mess around,
Yeah.
but I can't play anything well.
This is
It's
identical.
frustrating.
So I played the guitar at a 2. I've been playing it for 20 years. I
Okay.
refuse to take a lesson.
You can self-teach, and I just haven't gone far enough. But yeah,
I can play some songs. I can play
Right.
Sweet Home Alabama. I can fuck around and
you
make
can do
melodies to myself.
more than I can.
Okay, so I consider myself a 2 on the guitar, and I'm a 4 drummer.
Dope.
Yeah.
Do you have a set at home?
Down right below us is
Amazing.
a beautiful DW kit.
Right.
That, yeah, you would be welcome and invited to bang around on.
Thanks.
How did you end up
Wait,
having...
real quick, hold on.
Oh,
Do you
sorry.
sing?
I think I can hold a tune, but not well. I have terrible range. Like I think I have a real. There's like a sweet
Narrow.
spot that
Yeah.
works, but beyond that, high, low, I can't. So it's
But I think musical people are better at ADR.
Oh, well, Kristen in particular.
I think
yeah,
you're
she
right because
she-
it's rhythmic.
It's matching tone. Like, I think it's the same part of your brain
I think you're
that
right.
retrieves sound in a musical way.
I think you're right because it is musicality, especially if you're recreating
Yeah.
the line exactly as you had said
Exactly.
it and not changing it. Because you're having to fit the rhythm of it and the musicality of it.
It's like singing.
Yeah.
It's like singing
Yeah.
a line out of a song.
this just reminded me. You said you saw Idiocracy?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Love that.
So the studio was like, "This is unacceptable." His character, like, what do we do? What is he doing? Like my character. What's that speech impediment he has? You know, like this is so distracting. That's why the movie's testing so terribly. Like they were convinced it was all me, and I believed them. I was like, that
was New Line, right?
What's that?
Was it New Line?
It was
that producer?
Fox.
It was Fox. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was a lot of controversy about that movie.
There sure was. There's conspiracy theories and everything. But at some moment, it just sat on a shelf for like 2 years, maybe.
I remember.
Yeah. And so at one point, they're like, you got to fix this, Mike. So Mike, he's like, they want you to redo all the dialogue. They're going to make us try this. So I was like, okay. So I went in there, man.
Good Mike Judge.
Dax, do you want to go get some eggs? He would call me occasionally. It was wonderful. But I go in there, man, and I start. There's nothing without that crazy voice I'm doing.
Yeah.
And we did about an hour of it, and I looked at him. I was like, I don't know how you feel about it, but this is about the worst moment I've ever had in show business. He's like, yeah, it's terrible. Okay, so we tried, and then we just laughed. We tried, and it was ridiculous.
Because you're doing your normal voice.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, you like money? I like money too.
Oh.
Go away, Baton.
Oh, God.
Are you kidding me? Can you imagine if that's what the character was doing?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So
I love that you tried it and that you both were like, oh, fuck
only
it.
because of Mike Judge. I promise you, like, had it been anyone else who I wasn't in love with, I would have been like, fire me or sue me or whatever. But there's no way I'm going to try to unravel that character. I barely did it the first time. I'm not going to try to whatever.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that was one of my ADR experiences.
That's a good one.
Your new movie, you play an FBI agent. It is
No Man of God.
No Man of God. Is it on a streaming?
It is now on streaming platforms. Yeah.
It is, because I think I saw it.
It's for rental.
It's
Yeah.
for rental. Great.
Mhm. Like iTunes or whatever.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
I've
even
al-
called iTunes anymore? It's Apple TV.
I call it iTunes.
I still do.
Yeah. I like it. Put it on your iPod and watch it.
Right? Oh, iPods. I miss iPods.
I know.
My daughter has one, and she calls it her iPhone.
An iPod Classic or the one with
it
the
looks
screen?
like an iPhone, but it's not. It's
But
an
she
iPod.
can text on it, though.
It has Wi-Fi.
The old school iPods
I
that were
rejected
just...
the iPod with the screen because to me that was just an iPhone without the phone, the
Yeah.
cellular
Well,
feature.
that's what she's got. Yeah.
Right.
Don't tell her that. Yeah. She thinks she's got a phone.
Right.
She tells all of her buddies
How old's your
it's
daughter?
a phone. 8.
Oh.
Yeah. She tells them that she's got a phone.
Yeah.
And then they're like, that's an iPod. She's like, flummoxed.
At the same
She doesn't have like a backup lie for that.
That's amazing. Yeah, I still think it's a shame they discontinued
I
the classic.
know.
I do love that old, like heavy as fuck,
With the
tons of metal.
wheel.
It's great.
Yeah.
I just want a music device. I don't need my music device to take photos or
Yeah.
to have apps. I just need
It's
music.
fair. It's
I
very
have
fair.
them all. I've got like 4 or 5 generations of iPod.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you have them all.
Yeah.
I have too many of those things too.
Yeah.
I've gotten rid of some of
It's
them. But
nice to like when you're exercising. I just hate when I'm like on a run and I'm listening to music and then my texts are coming in and I really want to check it, but I feel like it's
Yeah.
stressful.
it's too much.
Too much.
I'm going to find you an old iPod
Okay.
that somehow will still allow you to download music onto it.
Okay, great.
How did this movie come about? Again, I could be wrong, but to me, from the outside, it seems like you're in the catbird seat because you've done these huge movies. You're probably financially solvent, and you kind of dance around, do what you want a bit. No, or are you still neurotic about longevity?
I wouldn't say I'm neurotic about
Yeah, that was not a
them.
nice word to use.
Longevity.
Because
Oh, that's okay.
you haven't proven yourself to be neurotic even earlier. So
Or concerned about it.
Yeah.
I don't take anything for granted. And
Right.
I think I still know that I need to continue to work to continue to work.
right.
But this is sort of a crossroads, this film. I'm a producer on it too. So my life with this movie, my relationship to it, for 4 years was trying to get it made as a producer, not as an actor.
Right.
So that started 6 years ago, actually
Wow.
in Austin, funnily enough, at Fantastic Fest. The writer of the screenplay was sitting down, knew that my producing partners and I were making genre movies with Spectre Vision, our company. At that point, I think we'd made A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. I don't think we'd made Mandy yet. That was sort of the milieu of the kinds of movies that we like, were genre movies. And so he was like, I guarantee you're going to love this, but I've written this script about Ted Bundy and his relationship to Bill Hagmaier, this FBI profiler. And it's largely based on audio transcripts, and it's mainly their conversations. And we were like, what? That sounds incredible.
Yeah. Are those publicly available? Or are they like Freedom of Information Act kind of stuff? No.
No.
But you've heard? Have you heard
I've
them?
heard interviews. I don't know that I've heard the like audio of those conversations, but
Right.
I've heard audio interviews with Bill Hagmaier talking ad nauseum about all of that and his relationship to Bundy in great detail, and then a ton of Bundy stuff. So like in the film, there are interviews with other investigators looking to get answers from various states to find where some of Bundy's victims might be. There is actual audio of that, and I've heard that stuff. So
Okay,
some of
so
that's in the film.
The movie kind of
Not the
starts,
audio.
if I'm correct, Bundy's already on death row,
Yes.
and you're trying to hopefully find out if there's more victims, and if so, where their bodies are and whatnot.
That's sort of part of it. The FBI had started this profiling division. The movie sort of addresses that. It was in its infancy. It was just starting.
Is this the similar story to Manhunter?
Mindhunter. Yes.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the same idea because that deals
that
with
was
a lot of
new,
the same
right?
folks. It was very new.
Yeah. Oh my
Because-
God, ding, 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 Fincher.
Right.
Oh
So
my
what
God,
they-
Paul Abdul.
Right. It all goes back to Fincher. In establishing the profiling division, they were trying to get at what made these people tick, both serial killers, child molesters, serial rapists, people that were reoffending, what was happening to them psychologically, what made them who they are. And if we gather all this data with these interviews, can we be better equipped to stop it from happening, identify it quicker, all these sorts of things?
Yeah, potentially treat, I would imagine.
Yeah, exactly. So Bill was sort of one of these guys at the beginning of this initiative. And various people, they had the option to take whoever criminal they wanted, and he opted for Ted. And what made that unique was that Ted had a pretty serious reputation for not trusting law enforcement, specifically FBI. And that fat chance, like, good luck with that, Bill.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to talk. So he went down to Florida. He exchanged letters with him initially, and there was an interest on Ted's part to meet. So they arranged a meeting. Bill subsequently, and I talked to Bill a little bit about this, kind of what went into the planning. Like, how do you prepare for that?
Yeah.
What are you feeling when you walk into that room? And ultimately, what goes into the preparation, especially knowing what you know about him and his relationship to law enforcement? You have sort of everything against you at that moment.
Sure, you're starting in a pretty big hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He spoke to a lot of investigators and people who did not have good times with him or that he didn't trust them, and just gathered a lot of information.
What not to do.
Yeah, sort of. And built kind of a sense of who he was and what he was walking into to kind of emotionally and intellectually prepare for it.
This sounds so fun. This sounds like the ultimate interview you got to prepare
Oh,
for.
God.
Yeah.
Like how not to trigger this person.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
And so that went reasonably well. And
What
they
was
met.
his unique approach?
If I'm to sort of define Bill's kind of greatest strength, I think it's that he genuinely doesn't walk in with judgment.
Right.
So that person feels seen on some level.
Sure.
As a human, rather than this person coming in with an agenda or certainly judgment of what they've done and a mind made up
Right.
about who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he walks in with an openness
Curiosity.
and curiosity and a
yeah.
genuine sense of wanting to understand.
He's an anthropologist.
And I think he makes that very clear, and that's very disarming. It worked time and time again. He is a sort of genius in his field. His reputation is extraordinary. And subsequently, after Bundy, people reached out, like requested him.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
other serial
because
killers.
of his success with Bundy and the fact that Bundy
Well, people
considered
looked up to
him a
right?
friend, and,
Oh,
it
wow.
really changed the course of his career in a pretty profound way.
And how complicated did it get for him? Like, we interviewed one of the lawyers who represented the Epstein victims in Florida.
Right.
And I said, like, did you ever hang with Epstein? He's like, yeah, I had like several lunches with him.
Whoa.
And he is a fucking charming guy. And you'd have to kind of like regularly check yourself. Like,
oh,
you'd
yeah,
be
this
laughing
person's
at
a
his
monster.
jokes. You know, he's a likable human being. Or our friend David Ferrier, he went down and he interviewed in Colombia Pablo
Popeye.
Escobar's main hitman, Popeye. He's killed like 300 people, killed his wife. The guy's fucking likable. And he's sitting there like laughing it up. And then he just blurts out loud. He's like, it's so weird to be laughing with you. You killed your girlfriend. It's just complicated. Did he have any of those kind of...
I think so. I think that was a part of that. I think it's complicated. I don't know that Bill would have considered or say that now that he was friends with Ted.
Right.
But there was an exchange. There was a human exchange that was unavoidable. And I think, did he feel something for him as one human to another human? I think he had to. You
Yeah.
spend that kind of time with someone, what starts to strip away is the sort of architecture of the monster that we are told that person is, and certainly is in terms of what he did. But
That's too easy, by the way.
it is, and you separate what someone does from who they are because it's not the whole picture. It's not everything. And I'm not giving a ton of space to Ted to be sort of appreciated as the human. He was a fucking nightmare and,
Sure.
and a narcissist and deeply, deeply flawed. I think he was also a psychopath,
Yeah.
a sociopath.
Sure, all
He
the
was putting
paths.
on a skin of a human, but he was also human too. Not literally.
Well,
that
and
was
they-
other serial killers.
Well, that's the other great mystery, or it's not a mystery, but I guess it's counterintuitive, which is they say we use this word empathy as just a catch-all euphemism for kindness, but true empathy, the ability to imagine what another person is experiencing and then play to that, is a uniquely strong gift of sociopaths. They're the most empathetic because
Isn't that interesting?
they know exactly what you want to hear.
Yeah, that's really fascinating.
Yeah, so I can
And can
imagine
play that role
They have
and
high
play to your
levels of
expectations better.
Yeah, they know exactly what you want to hear. And so, in that respect, I could imagine sitting down with Ted Bundy and him being like incredibly intuitive and charming.
Yeah.
Because how the fuck else did he lure all these people?
Yeah.
I don't want to give away the end of the movie, but it yielded results. Did the FBI agent feel like he
There were
achieved some things?
results in terms of information,
Right.
probably more in the profiling than in the number of
Bodies.
that he would cop to.
Right.
Look, Ted was desperately trying to hang on to anything that could stay his execution, and at the end, that became withholding information.
That was
If
his
he
leverage.
was, if it was believed in his mind, that was it. Like if it was believed that he had the key to where all these people were and more, and I can be helpful to other cases too. They'll keep me alive, you know.
Right.
And he was doing that right up until the end. But he did give some information away. But the sheer estimated breadth of that, I think it far outweighs what he admitted to. That's the popular opinion.
And globally, just theoretically, do you think we can understand? I don't know that we can understand
Is it possible
that. Yeah.
to get in the
I think
brain
we
of
can
someone?
intellectually imagine it.
Yeah.
I don't think we can understand it. I don't think we can put ourselves in that place because we are not capable of thinking that way.
Yeah.
But I think we can kind of go, I understand what it might mean to think that way.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I just wonder if that's knowable. Truly, someone who has the desire to kill 40 people. I don't know that we'll figure out what gene it is we could turn off or what. I don't know.
I wonder.
It's just so out there.
But I also think it's a combination of so many things. I don't actually think it's psychopathy on its own or sociopathy. I think it is literally those making you susceptible to not feeling regret, not feeling sorry, and being able to kill and not feel anything.
Yeah,
from
that's
doing it.
wild. Yeah.
We can identify those things, I think, but in
Yeah.
terms of,
I'm
I
saying
think it's
causality
But that's
more.
the thing. I think it's a combination of having the unique sort of brain defect that makes it possible.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of psychopaths that don't kill people.
Right. True.
And then a series of other elements in your life, childhood, various
Trauma.
markers that sort of drive you to that place.
Yeah.
He blamed it on pornography.
Oh, okay. Well, we would have roughly 200 million serial killers in the U.S. if
Well, he blamed it
pornography-
on specific. Yeah, totally. Again, it's a combination. I think it really is a combination of so many things. And
Here's-
we never will know.
Well,
you
here's
know?
my explanation. There's 7 billion humans. And guess what? A handful of them are going to be fucking incomprehensible.
Yeah.
They're what they do, what they think. There's 7 billion of us. When you think of how evolution works and a mutation might end up yielding some kind of reproductive advantage of 7 billion, that's a mutation. He's a mutation of someone who thinks he should kill everyone around him or whatever it is.
Yeah, but I think it all falls under similar mental health issues as schizophrenia. Like we know less about the human brain than we do about space.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That's staggering.
Yeah.
And we're still discovering, you know.
Yeah, we just had Andrew Huberman, who runs the Stanford lab on neuroplasticity.
Whoa.
And so, we are inching towards, marrying psychoanalysis and what's actually physically
Oh my God,
happening in the
incredible.
brain. And it's really kind of exciting because,
Yeah.
you really had your story taken place in 15 years, we might be able to hook Ted Bundy up to a machine and talk to him and
Yeah.
actually get some kind of
Like flare
sense
ups of where.
physiology
Oh my God,
that's
yeah.
happening. Yeah.
It's so
Yeah, it's
interesting.
So fascinating.
But it's also ultimate. I mean, it is a puzzle, just a horrible puzzle that comes together because it's also so much about control and power and there are environmental elements that lead people to want that and need that.
Desire control.
Yeah, so it's so many.
I think with him it was a lot of insecurity.
Yeah.
A sense of place in the world.
He's the real handsome one, though.
What's that?
He's the real
Ted
handsome one.
Bundy, yeah.
Yeah.
I think deep-rooted issues with women.
Yes.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Power issues there too. But I think that was compensating for what he felt he wasn't. There's a big theory.
Oh, tell
And
me.
I don't know. Of course, he always denied it and addressed it as being bullshit. But before he started killing people, I'm pretty sure the timeline works out. He had a relationship with a woman who was kind of above his station a little bit more successful, financially solid, higher education, right? So just a few rungs up the ladder above him, social standing and so on and so forth. And he was in love with her. And that relationship ended. She left him. And a lot of people theorized that he was heartbroken. He then ended up going about like fixing his life, I think, a little bit, and got back together with her and dropped her. Like
Just got her back.
Took the power back.
as an act of revenge. And a lot of people theorized that relationship was the sort of crux or the straw that broke the camel's back in regards to that feeling of like, I need to overpower. I felt less than. I was heartbroken. It's maybe too simple, honestly, but it probably did have something to do with it.
I don't think it's too simple. This is happening all over the place. This is like the shooters who write the manifestos and the incels. That's what they're called,
yeah,
right? Like there's a whole grouping of men who do feel insecure and feel like women owe them affection. I don't know. It's such a strange thing, but it's a lot of places.
Yeah.
Well, I'm lucky I didn't kill any people when I broke up with Kate.
We're really lucky you didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, we're so
That
lucky
could have
that
been
you
a
didn't kill anyone.
tipping
really-
point
I feel-
where I could
I
have
feel
gone
lucky
into
that you
serial
did.
killing. I want to tell people, because a lot of people probably won't know, but one of the greatest Hollywood stories of all time is Lord of the Rings. In that, Lord of the Rings had been bought by another studio. They were not making the movie.
They invested, I think, $2 million in development funds.
Yes. And they were not going to make it, it seemed. It was Miramax?
Miramax.
And so one of the producers, I guess, said, we would like the movie back. We would like it in turnaround, as they say. And Miramax said, we will only give it back to you in turnaround under two things have to happen. One, we're giving you this weekend. You have to go get it set up this weekend.
The window of time was insane.
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 days.
Something like that, yeah.
And whoever makes it has to agree to make all 3 at once.
The backstory a little bit is that they shopped it around town. Peter had, I think they'd made a sort of a pitch
Sizzle or
video, a
something.
sizzle that's pretty impressive, taken to a variety of places. Miramax were the ones to bite. Most people were balking at the notion of doing more than one film, and certainly the notion of doing one movie and not waiting to see how it did. That was the popular opinion was like, no, you got to see how it does, and then you invest the rest of your money.
Of course.
Miramax was like, we'll do 2. And they were like, okay. And then they ultimately reneged on it. And I can't remember why, but they were like, we can do up to 2, but that was it. And then that didn't really go anywhere. And then, it was brought up to like, then Peter was like, can we have our movie back? Like, we want to shop it around.
And ultimately, New Line, which isn't a huge studio at that time, they fucking risked that entire studio on that movie. And they did agree at that weekend, okay, we'll make all 3 and we'll take it over and we'll
so
pay them
Peter,
back for 2.
I think Peter flew out here and sat down with Bob Shea and everyone at New Line. And I think the lore is that they were coming with 2, and it was Bob Shea that said, we have to do 3, which is insane. If I remember correctly.
Okay.
But yeah, incredible risk.
This impossible errand they sent them out on, they did, which is crazy.
And Miramax thought there was no chance in hell that
By
they
the
would
way,
do it.
and Miramax, people don't know, is the
Weinstein.
Weinstein.
But at that time, it was probably already owned by Disney.
Nope.
Oh, it wasn't?
No,
It was
that
still
would've been
Bob
a
and
long
Harvey.
That was Bob and Harvey.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
that worked out.
Can you imagine?
This interview could be so different. I could be
That
asking if
would've
you...
really worked
Miramax.
out.
It's funny, actually, and this was recently spoken about a little on, because Dom and Bill have a podcast, The
Okay.
Friendship Onion. Dom and Billy were 2 of the hobbits in the film, Merry and Pippin. And they were just talking about, they were talking with Sean Astin about how his first memory of getting to New Zealand for the first time, and he had seen these orc masks. And one of the orc masks, and I remember this vividly, was designed to look like Harvey Weinstein
No way.
as a sort of,
Fuck you.
yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
I
great.
think it's okay to talk about that now.
Yeah.
The guy's fucking incarcerated.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Wow.
Yeah, someone will be making another movie about where some FBI guy is going to go talk to him in
I
prison.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's ahead for him.
We don't need to give that man any more
No,
space.
Exactly.
no,
we
no,
already
no,
know.
Yep.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Going back to the process of identifying yourself as a young person and growing up in this, I think as I got older, I was also just conscious of like, I'm going to stick to certain spots, but also not engage with other things.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
Consciously.
It's hard to do as a young kid, I think.
As a kid, I think I had the benefit of growing up in this. So by the time I was an adult to be able to go
Yeah.
to those places, I had already sort of formulated who I was and what I was about and what I wasn't about.
Well, I'm going to add one piece of good luck that came your way, which was the thing that made you an international sensation was an experience shared with many other people.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
huge. If
Yep.
you're Iron Man, or if you're the guy,
You're so right.
your mind can run away from
That's
you a
true.
little bit. But
right.
y'all were there together. You're
Yep.
all promoting it together.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
And
more-
we shared in that experience releasing the films. We traveled together. Yeah. No one was bearing that entirely on their shoulders.
Yeah.
yeah, and it can keep you humble because everyone's getting
Fuck yeah.
fucking popular. Oh,
Totally.
you're popular too? Yeah, I am too. I guess we're all popular now. It's not
Right.
that exciting.
Right. It's lovely to be a part of an ensemble in that regard.
Yeah.
Yes,
Lovely.
yes, it is. Well, Elijah, this has been so much fun.
This has been great.
Yeah.
And those
thanks for
eyes. I don't.
coming.
Do you have a eye care routine you could let me in
An
on?
eye care routine. I wear contacts for vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get those.
Do you put any drops for the whites?
No.
Okay.
Just are you drinking a lot of water?
Not enough.
Oh my god!
I
you're
don't.
just genetic
I
phenom.
don't hydrate
This
enough.
is always how
I'm a
it is.
terrible
Fucking
water
Monica's eyes
drinker.
are really white too, and this bitch
And I
drinks
don't
a
drink
fucking
enough
glass of water
Maybe
once a
that's
week.
the key.
Yeah, let's just stay dehydrated.
Yes. Makes your eyes very white. Yeah.
Elijah, this was really fun,
It's really fun.
and you further substantiate my stereotype about young actors who
That
are
they're
very
great.
articulate,
Yeah.
very well spoken.
I know. That's what's so funny. It's like there's this stereotype about, and I know why, but none of the ones we've talked to, everyone's like extra special.
We should try to get a hold of some of the duds.
I bet they're amazing too.
Yeah.
Like the people that we put in the category of, oh, child actors, they've gone crazy. They're probably cool.
Well, the one thing I will say, because I'm from, I don't know exactly where in Iowa you're from or what the vibe was like, but I'm from kind of very working class area, suburb of Detroit. And when I was doing this movie Zathura with Josh Hutcherson and Jonah Bobo, and Jonah Bobo he was like you. He was just a phenom, just beautiful, fucking brilliant improving child. Like he was so special. And his parents were very protective in a great way. They're from New York. They live in Roosevelt Island. And I just fell in love with this kid, Jonah. He was just so good. I would just theorize with the mom. I'm like, I understand that you're concerned and you should be, and this is a very tricky road to navigate, but this kid is so special. I would just hate to think he would be somewhere where this level of specialness wouldn't be appreciated.
Right.
So
Right.
in some weird way, it's such a great home for certain types of kids. I don't know how you would have done in Iowa, but I feel like this was a really good place for you.
It was a good place for me.
Yeah. For Jonah to be in a place where being sensitive was
see. Yes.
rewarded
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
cherished and
Yep.
nurtured
Yep.
was so awesome.
Yep.
You know?
And I relate to that.
yeah,
I definitely relate to
Yeah.
that.
Your performance in that movie, The Good Son, it's beautiful and emotionally available, and that's not a good look when you're 8 where I grew up.
Right.
So
Right.
or 10. So I think in some weird way it's a very special thing to be able to be encouraged to be emotional, celebrated for being
Yeah.
emotional and sensitive and all these things.
I agree. Vulnerability being an attribute that is celebrated,
Yes.
which oftentimes, especially as a man, is
The thing you're trying to rid yourself of.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
absolutely.
And that's something I've always related to. Have you heard that great Brene Brown sort of vulnerability
We
TED
love
Talk that she
her.
does? She's
Yes.
incredible.
We interviewed her.
Did
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
She's the
I've been on
best.
her podcast too.
Oh, amazing.
I
She
love
lives
her.
in Austin.
She sure
Yeah.
does. Well, she lives in Houston, but she has
Oh,
a
does she
place
live
on
in-
Lake
okay.
Travis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
I got the whole deets. And if you
So
want
she
her
lives in
address,
Houston.
she's a professor in Houston.
Oh, right.
I think still. All right. Wonderful meeting you.
You as well.
Good luck with the movie. It is available for streaming now, and it is called No Man of God. Check it out. buy it tonight and get freaky. Thank you, Elijah.
Thank you.
We are supported by Allstate. Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. Not checking your gas gauge before hitting the road? You genuinely thought you could make it? You were wrong. That's a very long stretch of highway where you learned exactly how far fumes can take you. And it's not far enough. Yeah, checking first is an excellent plan. So check Allstate first for an auto quote. It could save you hundreds. And for fast, reliable help when you need it, add an Allstate roadside plan today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary. Insurance and roadside assistance plans are subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Insurance provided by Allstate North American Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Roadside assistance plans provided by Allstate Motor Club, Incorporated, an Allstate affiliate.